Hey, and welcome to the third day where we'll be talking all about flexible dieting and making it work for you. This is when it all starts to get fun. So we now have the principle in place. Be in an energy deficit. Now we have to start to work that around you and your lifestyle. Now, before I start this video, there's infinite methodologies, but only one principle. You may have to try different things and change things here and there. Trial and error is all part of success. But generally, there is a key few things to think about before you start. Here's what I ask all my clients and Teresa. Do you like to socialise at the weekend? Nearly everyone and Teresa answered yes. This means we need to work this into the plan. Eating out and drinking more means we need to have high and low days. I call this the seesaw method. What comes up must come down. As you can see here, this is an example of the seesaw method. So how do I work this out? Simply, what I want you to do is just times your daily calorie intake by 7. From here, add in 2 days that are high, generally no more than 40% between the days, and then divide the rest by 5. These are your remaining calories. So you've quite literally had your cake and eaten it. It was here when Teresa realised she could lose weight and still have a social life. It's key to understand you don't have to be perfect with your calorie target. Just having a range and being consistent throughout the week is what is by far and away the most important thing. So another super important question is, do you like a treat in the evening? That's what I asked Teresa next. She answered, yes, I have a chocolate bar, but I guess I can't have this now. Well, what is life without chocolate? By having the ability to be able to eat any food, you're much more likely to stick to a diet. You'll find if you give yourself permission to eat anything, you're much less likely to crave anything in particular. So there are a few tricks to fit in foods like this. The best one is if you know you're going to have it, put it in your app at the start of the day. Then work around it. Simple. Another great trick is intermittent fasting. Teresa has previously been told that this wasn't good, so she never did it. But that's not true. There is, however, no magic to it either. It is just a really simple, good way to create a deficit. This is just a method where you have your first meal later on in the day than normal. For example, your eating window is from 2 o'clock onwards. This allows you to save more calories for when you might want it, i.e. a chocolate bar later on. This works well for some people, but don't worry, if you like breakfast or just eating in the morning, that's okay too. These are just 2 examples of methods to create a deficit. Most people are creatures of habit. Our weekly schedule is generally the same most weeks. So, today's homework is to go away and work out how many calories you need on different days to fit it in around your life. Ask yourself those 2 questions before and see what you can do to make it as flexible as possible. If you have the premium MyFitnessPal, you can actually enter in exactly what you want to have on each individual day. But don't worry if you don't, you can still just do it on the normal free app if not. Take a few seconds to have a look at these common nutritional methods. They are just methods. None of them are magic. They're just really good ways to achieve a calorie deficit. Your job is to work out what might work for you. So if you have any questions, just let me know. Crack on with your homework, crack on with today's habits, and I'll see you tomorrow in tomorrow's video on how to look at the bigger picture for your transformation. Cheers.